Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Viridiana, and if you are new here, I like to make videos on lifestyle and experiences that I've gone throughout my high school, college, and currently adult life. So if you're interested in that kind of topic, go ahead and click that subscribe button and let's get started. So today I wanted to talk about slow living and how I reset my life when I'm feeling overwhelmed, as well as some self-care tips that I like to implement in my life. So with the start of my YouTube channel, I actually feel like I have been getting a lot more overwhelmed just because I feel like I'm reverting back to my old habits where I like to jam-pack my schedule with a bunch of different deadlines and just taking up a lot in my plate. And because of that, I actually end up forgetting to focus on myself and making sure that I'm okay as well. So at the start of the week, I was trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to be able to balance, my hobbies as well as just making sure that I'm okay. I realized that it really just means not to put too much pressure on myself and making sure that I'm still taking time for myself. So basically, I just needed to slow down and live in the present instead of the future. I had to stop thinking about what was going to happen in the future and just enjoy these present moments at the time. So then here are some of the steps that I took to reset my life and just go back to focusing on things that make me feel good, both mentally and physically. So the first one, of course, is journaling. I have mentioned this in so many of my videos. I love to journal, and I feel really grateful to have been introduced to journaling because I feel like it really has helped me in my life to be able to process emotion, as well as it makes me feel like I can retain more information. I'm not exactly sure how to explain that, but I just feel more alert. And I've noticed that lately when I am journaling, because I feel like I have to do all these other things, I don't really take it as seriously as I used to. I either give myself like, oh, I'm going to need to journal in 5 minutes, and so I hardly even focus on actually writing about what I'm actually feeling at the moment and just completely disregard my feeling of overwhelmness, of maybe happiness, of sadness, of anxiety. So when it comes to journaling, I just need to make sure that I'm doing it sincerely because I know that that is something that helps me mentally. It really helps me wrap up my day. It makes me realize how much I have in my life, how grateful I am for things. So I've come to the conclusion that if I'm going to journal, I need to focus on journaling without focusing on everything that's coming later. I can't focus on the future because then I'm thinking about what I'm going to do next rather than reflecting on what I've already done. Another one that I've talked about a lot is drinking water. I do drink a lot of water, and I make it a goal of mine to drink between 90 ounces to a gallon of water because that's about how much my body actually needs. But again, just getting wrapped up in all of this excitement of the different hobbies and extracurriculars that I'm picking up, I forget to drink water. And that's not good because I can feel the effects on my body. I can notice that I break out a little bit more. I notice that I feel a little bit more tired, fatigued. I feel a little bit bloated. And I quickly noticed the difference once I started consuming more water and started counting my water again. So I want to go back to tracking the amount of water I take because it feels good to see how much water I've been consuming in a day. But I also don't punish myself if I can't reach my goal. I just need to make sure that I'm drinking enough water for my body. So another thing that I have been neglecting a lot and that I started doing more consistently again was meditating. Although I do meditate and I tend to meditate between 5 to 10 minutes, I have noticed that when I do meditate again, I'm constantly thinking about the future instead of trying to clear my mind as much as possible and just focusing on that present moment and focusing on how I feel during that moment. I know that if I meditated for 5 minutes, but in reality all I was doing was thinking about what I had to do next, I don't feel like I actually did meditate. It doesn't feel any different. Sometimes when thoughts come into my mind, it's okay to follow them, but not to the point to where I need to distract myself. I noticed that I was starting to get uncomfortable with silence again. I feel like I've been doing really good when it comes to movement actually. I've been working out, I go for walks when I need to, but something that I want to implement more in my life as self-care as well as that will help me to live more in the moment is doing yoga again. I used to do it on the daily and it was just another moment for me to meditate. I either would put like soft music in the background or just do it in silence, and again it was another moment to just feel my body, feel how I'm feeling at the moment, just feeling more present. And it may sound a little weird, but I try to focus on like every cell of my body and just kind of feeling how my body works together with each other to create movement. It's just this really amazing feeling when you think about it. And doing yoga really helps me slow down because the movements are not intense and fast like my usual workouts. And it also helps me avoid being more stiff. Sitting down for 8 hours a day, it makes me feel really stiff. So going back to doing some yoga or some stretches really helps with that flow of movement in my body and the flow of energy in my body. And being able to do that again, whether it's during small little breaks that I take during work or before going to sleep, I really feel like it has improved and it has made me feel more present. And the last thing that I have been implementing in my life again to just slow down and live my life is to do things that I really enjoy doing that will help me appreciate life and appreciate the small things. And yes, I really enjoy recording these videos and editing and stuff like that, but sometimes that can be very tiresome and I need to set boundaries for myself and make sure that I'm not overworking myself, whether it's at work, whether it's writing my book, whether it's editing. So taking moments to just sit down and read, or sit down outside on my balcony and have some tea, or just, you know, curling up on the couch with my partner and watching a movie. Like, these little moments feel so good and it feels so nice to know that I have the privilege to be able to relax in my own home. Knowing that I am able to do that makes me feel so grateful for where I'm at in my life, instead of focusing on what else I need to bring into my life. So yeah, those are a few things that I started doing again and focusing more on again in order to live more presently and have more of a slow morning, slow life, making sure I appreciate and feel grateful for what I have. If you have any self-care ideas or advice that you can share with others, go ahead and leave them in the comments below so we can help each other out and support each other. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, and if you haven't already done so, go ahead and subscribe, and I will go ahead and see you next time. Bye bye.